Broadcasting from Radio Row inside the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are tuned into Sideline Sports Talk Network's The W Show on 100.1 FM, Kansas City. Brought to you by Stockman Law Firm, the Soul of Santa, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, Gates Barbecue, Positivity Water, Soiree Steak and Oyster House, The Right Tally Tax Preparation, Dillard's Zona Rosa, KC Wheat Spin 360, Derek Thomas Neil Smith III and Long Foundation, Phenomenal Kids Child Care Learning Center, XC Freight, Studio Plush, Sierra Fonseca, Hairstylist in New York Life.
Back in on the W Show.
That right back on.
Right here inside of Mandalay Bay Convention Center. We had a lot of great guests coming through. We have another great guest, Michael Vick.
Yeah,
Here
celebrating.
Yeah.
Celebrating, man. Super Bowl 58.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
You're here also representing
Represent Noggin Boss. Give me a nice little endorsement. Plus, I'm a hat man, so it's really cool.
Well,
Really
we can't
cool.
miss you with this one.
Nah, you ain't gonna miss me with this one.
At all.
I couldn't coordinate the outfit with it, but
Nah, that's the
I
right
just
color.
give me that one. I ain't want to take the Kansas City Chiefs one because then everybody gonna be saying I'm being biased and I'm Coach Reed and you know what I mean. But yeah, that's what it is.
We're okay with it now.
Yeah.
You know,
Nah.
I mean,
He's our resident Eagles fan.
yeah.
I'm an Eagles fan too.
Yeah.
I'm an
Dive
Eagles
into
fan
it
too.
then. Can we talk on Sunday? What do you think? Let's jump straight in.
I mean, what you mean? Like, what you want to
What
dive
are
into?
your
What?
thoughts?
You already know it's Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
That's all we need
I
to
mean,
know. See?
like-
that's really it.
I mean, I tell everybody on Fox, like, they always saying, like, they get mad at me, man, being biased, and they know.
Yeah.
But I know Andy. I was with Patrick. I know him. I know what he can do. I know what they're capable of when they on the same page and clicking on one accord. So it's always beautiful to watch them work. And if you look at it, they beat all the best teams in the playoffs
On the
in that
road.
stretch on the road.
Definitely.
And so it just speaks volume when you can accomplish those type of things in the season when it's been a lot of ups and downs and you've been doubted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and even speaking about being doubted, how are you feeling about like all of these? I mean, really young and old now black quarterbacks in the league. Like I know you were one of the few playing in your time, and then even like just the different stigmas that they put on black quarterbacks not being able to do X, Y, and Z. But now again, like you talk about, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is now the GOAT. So.
These kids are super smart these days, and they come up in regimens where they working with quarterback coaches when they like 8, 9, 10 years old, and they learning defenses at a young age. I wasn't exposed to that. I didn't learn how to read a defense until I was in college.
Yeah.
Like 4 months in, and I was just watching the screen, and it just clicked what it really meant to execute versus a coverage or a defensive front. It took time, and now they get that a little sooner. They're more athletic. They got great role models to look at and idolize in the game, whether black or white. You see everybody running for their lives these days, and that's what you better be able to do in the National Football League. Now you got to be able to run, and if unless you Peyton Manning or you Drew Brees and you can operate at the line and get it out.
Yeah.
I mean, even in today's game, I just feel like you got to be able to move a little bit. So I mean, and not to say that type of quarterback can get through a game now because defenses are different. Yeah. So you got to be able to move a little bit.
Can't be a statue.
And you know the game. You're a quarterback. When you look at these quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks now, do you feel like it's better that they wait a year or that they're thrown right into the fire? Or do they need that OG that's kind of there to show them?
It's just like I say, they get a different type of tutelage now. They coming up different. Like I wouldn't put my son in a disadvantageous situation at any time in his life.
Yeah.
But you get these kids, you evaluate them in college, and you look at them, you say, we can win with him day one. You look at CJ Stroud,
of course.
Yeah.
And then I think about Matt Ryan and Ben Roethlisberger and Joe Flacco, rookies that made it.
Yeah.
It all depends on what system you in.
Yeah.
It all depends on how hard you work, I think, and the type of coach that you have who can instill that belief in you. like CJ Stroud, he's with one of my former teammates, D'Amico Ryan.
Yeah.
And so I know how D'Amico's talking to him because I know how D'Amico talked to me. He made me feel comfortable that we was going to get it done on defense. All I got to do is do my job on offense. It make a difference.
Definitely. Makes
somebody
sense.
who can relate. And so, not to say credit away from any coaches who haven't played the game. Sometimes the process is just a little quicker when you have a coach who kind of been around it and understand, or coaches around that's been around it, that's connected to the player directly.
And more to that mentorship, did you have a specific mentor in your life, even like your teammates, family, anybody that you really stuck
Donovan McNabb was a great mentor to me. He was somebody that I could call when I was playing the game and I could ask a question or two. And he would give me an honest answer. Sometimes brutally honest. And I had to cipher through it. But he understood what it took, and he happened to get with Andy Reid. You know, I watched him at Syracuse. Was a big fan of his.
Same. That's my
and then
favorite.
He goes
all time,
on to do great things. I always tell Donovan. I told Coach at Reid, so I was a little jealous, man, of you know how they was rocking because it was just a lot of winning, good defense.
And I
was watching their film, so I'm watching Philly against. I'm gonna be watching Philly against the opponent I'm about to face, and I'm just like, man. Damn, they doing some really good stuff. Even though we was doing good stuff, I'm like, Andy just through conversations know how to make the game easy.
Of course,
for a quarterback to understand.
Yeah,
and get through a game.
Yeah,
and not everybody can't do that.
Yeah,
everybody can't do it. I'm just being honest.
Piggybacking off of her mentorship question, what is some advice you can give to these young quarterbacks?
I would say study. You know, which they all do, but. Lead by example. I think if I could do it all over again, I probably would have been the first guy in the building every morning.
Yeah.
Working out at 6:30. Look, you want to join me? We got the Breakfast Club jumping.
Yeah.
Come on. If that's not your cup of tea, then look, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna make ssure you brought up the speed by 8:30, 9 o'clock early when everybody else is waking up. Like you learn, you understand how we gonna function.
And even that routine is different. I mean, they talk about on Twitter, X, I guess now. The first thing that they do is show the quarterbacks an iPad when you get to the sidelines.
Yeah.
So talk about that different dynamic now of like that versus y'all.
We was looking at like
the Surface.
Yeah, they was taking like pages of screenshots of a computer.
Yeah.
You know, it's like stills. Like you gotta he's right here and he's right there. Like they go on the sideline and play the whole playback.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I haven't been on the sideline in a minute, but it just looked fun, man. And it makes it easy and it's good for the game. Now you got guys who, you know, you can play fast and not get hurt.
Yeah. And you're here representing Noggin. How can we find these?
I guess I would say nogginboss.com.
Okay. Noggin Boss,
we working on some type of collaboration right now. I just think these are great souvenirs.
My head's too big.
I just think these are like you just put that in your favorite team. You just put that in your house right in the corner, just so people can be like, oh, what the hell is that? And then you can be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Go grab this. You know, you got the Eagles one. When the Philadelphia Eagles one showed up at the house, I was really excited about it. I was like, that shit look really cool. Yeah. I'm all about being different, but you wouldn't catch me in the club.
We definitely appreciate your time, sir. We have more guests lined up coming up here from Las Vegas inside the Mandalay Bay Convention Center. That's Michael Vick.
No doubt. Shout out to Noggin Boss.
Go ahead, say it then. Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Who the GOAT? Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl.
Broadcasting from Radio Row inside the Mandalay Bay Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. You are tuned into Sideline Sports Talk Networks, the W Show on 100.1 FM, Kansas City. Brought to you by Stockman Law Firm, the Soul of Santa, the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, Golden Gate Funeral and Cremation Services, Gates Barbecue, Positivity Water, Soiree Steak and Oyster House, The Right Tally Tax Preparation, Dillard's Zona Rosa, KC We Spin 360, Derek Thomas, Neil Smith III and Long Foundation, Phenomenal